So thank you guys for coming to the third episode of Gig Talk. I am Dimples on Demand, and this is a journey with T. Say hey.
Hey, y'all.
I have also pinned the call-in link for those of you who want to call in to the show tonight. Today's discussion we have is what is your gig exit plan? So, of course, we are in the gig world. Many of us are in it for a plethora of reasons, whether that's to get out of debt, extra money, or solely to quit your full-time job, spend more time with your kids, whatever it is. And I just thought about it last week. I'm like, for myself, what is my exit plan? So I thought this was a good question to bring to the show tonight. And I just wanted to see where everybody is as far as the topic. So,
do we have a special guest before I start talking?
we don't. I've reached out to so many people and nothing. So our special guests are the subscribers that are joining in tonight.
Awesome.
Yes. So before we start, let me just acknowledge some of the comments. And Denise said, what kind of orders will you pick up from Macy's? They have personal shoppers. I'm curious to know because Macy's sells so many different things. And I'm like, what could it be? So I don't know. DoorDash, I must have missed the email or something. I really have no clue.
Look, they didn't. I literally halfway read every email.
Miss WW said, hey, Dimples and T and everyone.
Hey.
The rideshare culture. Hey, ladies. Hope all is well. Hey. Let's Gig It said I'm on tonight. Brenda Blythe said hello, everyone.
Hi.
Let me say Toy Cat.
Have you ever or would you ever consider playing Minecraft? My nephew plays it. He hasn't taught me how to play it, but I would consider it. Just to play with him, like not, in my spare time, no.
I have not and will not. All right, so let's get into the topic. I'll let you go first.
Why? No, just kidding. Okay, as far as an exit plan, I honestly do not have one. I don't have one. I never wanted gig work to take over my full-time job when I had it. I kind of did, but kind of didn't, because my other airline that I worked for prior to the one I'm at now, I was about to quit. And so temporarily I wanted DoorDash to take over that full-time job. But I realized it wasn't working. It wasn't beneficial to me financially. But as far as, just overall, my exit plan, I want to exit when gig work has done what I needed to do. I always told myself this year, I said, this is going to pay for me a new car and a new house. And once I get all of that from gig work, I didn't necessarily say I would be done. It was just, that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that it pays for me a new car and a new house.
Right.
But as far as an exit plan, I can't say that I have one. I really like the flexibility. I love waking up when I want to wake up, working when I want to work. Not saying that I want to do this until I'm in my 60s or even, mid to late 50s, but I can't say that I have an exit plan. Yeah, I like trying new gigs. I mean, I'm willing to try everything that they come out with, something I like.
Right.
I'll stick with it forever, but yeah, I can't say that I have one.
Right.
What about you? Because I feel like you got one, like you got a notebook probably, and you're just like, well. See, I knew it.
Um, so the question, like, I think about it often. I can't say that I would leave it completely just because of who I am and how I hustle and how my mind thinks. I don't think that I would leave. So when I talk about the gig world, I think of many things, not just physically doing the gig apps, but, a whole bunch of things, whether it's mystery shopping or focus groups. Like, to me, those are gigs as well. So would I leave it completely? No. Because if we look at it, YouTube is kind of a gig as well. You know what I mean? So how long I'm going to be on YouTube, I don't know. It has to really take off and go somewhere for me to be like, okay, I'm here. But each day or each week, I'm like, so I don't even know. So as far as a complete exit, right now, I don't know that I have a concrete date, time, like this is it, I'm throwing in the towel. But I do want to, and I've said this many times. Sorry, I got a phone call. I've said this many times where I'm like, I don't want to physically work as hard. Like, I don't want to be out in the trenches, if you will, like shopping or picking up. And that has to come to an end because after a while, you're going to get tired. So personally, I'm like, okay, I'm always trying to think of how can I still earn money on the side? Because, of course, we all should have more than one source of income.
Yeah.
So how can I earn money on the side, but it not being so demanding or so physical, So I have plans for sure. I do have plans for the future. And I want to move into more of the business side of things as far as delivery. Like, I'm thinking about doing that at the top of the year where I can have a part of a delivery service, but not have to physically be out there delivering anything. I do want to, I took notes, take this to another level. Like, if Gig Talk does well, T and I have had discussions of where it's going to go next. So that's another avenue. I do want to have investment property. So my mind is going many places. And some of these things are going to require funds to get there. So, it's good. I love to get paid from my job and then also get paid from the gigs. Every week I'm getting paid, several times a week I'm getting paid. So I like that. And I'm not ready for that to disappear just yet. So it's like I have a plan, but it's not concrete. But as each day goes by, it's like getting pushed further. You know what I mean? Like I'm making sure that it's on my mind. So
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I thought you had like a concrete date. Like, all right, y'all.
It could be today.
Dimples on the end, going away. This is a farewell video. That's what I thought was coming. Because I'm like, where did this topic come from? What is she talking about?
It could be today. There are days where I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Like, and that's just my own thoughts and my own self getting in the way. So, if I go off the grid, then y'all know I'm not coming back. Yeah, I'm here now and I'm still uploading videos. So, and like I said, this that we're doing, I like it. I actually like this platform, the forum, I like interacting with people. I've met some great people, like, so I'm here for now. So yes, let's get into some of the comments. Miss WW said DoorDash is doing the most. I received an order from GameStop for one item. It was too far, so I didn't accept it. I don't blame you. Diane said, hey, hello, Dimples and Tea.
Hey.
I don't know what this is. Do you own multiple? I'm not sure of what that is.
Might be properties.
No.
Might be. That's just a guess.
Yeah, not sure. I think a lot of this is we got some spam people in here. Hold on, let me clean this up.
They probably came from my account.
Stop
Because
bringing
I
over.
told you that person that wanted to enter the drawing like 12 times. I'm like, this is definitely spam.
Yeah, it's a lot of off the wall questions. Okay. How long have you both been on YouTube? I'll let you answer that while I sift through these comments.
This is my second channel. My first channel I started in September of 2017. And my current channel I've been on since February of 2020. My first channel, when I started it in 2017, I was just doing what was popular and I didn't really enjoy it, to be honest. And so I had posted maybe 3, 4 videos and nothing really became of it. So I left it alone. And then about 6 months to a year, I started back up because people were lying and it was very upsetting. And the channel eventually grew to about 4,000 people. And then I just abandoned them and started this channel because I felt like I wasn't making any type of connections with the subscribers over there. So,
What do you mean people were lying?
you know, when you look up a video on how to get like clear skin, and when you type it in to the search engine on YouTube, it's like, oh, how to get clear skin in 3 days. And so you click on the video with 11 million views and they're telling you what to mix. And in 3 days, you know, nothing really happens. And so I just kept coming across all of these videos. And once I actually did some real research, it's like, okay, nobody can have like actually obtain clear skin in 3 days. It
Right.
literally can take weeks for
Right.
you to see a difference. And so the fact that people had all of these misleading captions, all of this clickbait, I said that I would start something and just be honest because I truly don't care about the views. I don't care about that popularity. I just want to really get out information that is real and that is the truth. I don't want to waste people's time because they're wasting my time. I'm watching this 20-minute video and it's a lie. So that's what I meant by that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have been on YouTube. I've always had a YouTube account, but like making videos, I think I just hit a year in August or September. So it's been a year of me being on YouTube. And initially it was about like purchasing a house. And then eventually it was about finances. And then I did a gig video and I kept doing gig videos. And then once the pandemic hit, you know, Instacart was in demand and my video, it took off. So
Wow.
here I am, and here you guys are tuning in to me, you know, and tea. Yeah.
What would you say made you start YouTube? Was it to showcase how to get a house, or were you bored one day? Like, what really prompted you to say, do a video?
I wasn't bored, but I'm not gonna lie, like, of course, the monetary gain from possibly, you know, having that one video that took off, that was on my mind. And then I had 2 friends and we were gonna have a podcast. And we met and discussed the layout of the podcast, and it never went anywhere. So I'm like, okay, well, I still want to do something, and I can't wait for somebody else to jump on board because everybody has their own lives. Like, you can't even get upset with people. What I have learned over the years is that you actually just have to meet people where they are. And it's like, well, do I get upset with them because we said we were going to do this and we didn't? Or do I just do my own thing? So I just took the chance and I was like, all right, I'll do it. If nobody watches, then no one watches, you know? And every day that the subscriber count increases, I'm like, whoa, like I still can't believe it, you know? Like even the subscribers that I have now, I'm still like, wow, this many people find me somewhat interesting to watch. And not that I'm putting myself down, but it's just like, it's like, whoa, you know?
I'm glad you actually mentioned that because I hate it when people say that when they started YouTube, it wasn't for the money. That was literally my first reason. I was at another full time job and I was reading an article about what YouTubers made. And I said, I'm getting on YouTube because they make how much a year?
Mhm.
And so that was my motivation. But when, like I said earlier, when it didn't really pay off the way that I thought it would, and that's because I was doing something that I wasn't truly interested in. But I hate it when people just say, oh, no, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for fun. No, eventually you want to make something, you know?
Because it's a lot of work. Like,
Yes.
people don't, well, if you don't have a YouTube channel, there's no way that you could even fathom the work that goes into it. And I'm only putting out videos once a week. But people that are putting out videos every day or every other day, it's a lot of work. Like, I commend people who can do this for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Lynn Richardson said to have more than one income. Oh, I know Lynn Richardson. I've watched her. I like her. Have more than one income and own where you live. Agree. Richard is here. Good evening. WW said, I don't really have an exit plan, but I do plan to do less gig work next year and focus on me working out, eating healthier, more self-care, etc. I find myself not doing much of it because of the gigs. So let's touch base on how the gigs can take over. Can take over everything. It can take over, which we spoke about the relationship aspect, but it can take over like your overall well-being, your self-care. Like, it's so easy to be like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow.
I ain't had no groceries in the house. Everybody else got groceries that I'm shopping for, but where are mine?
Right. I have boxes. I'm looking at them right now. It's like 4 boxes that I need to unpack. And I moved here in August. And when are they going to get unpacked? You know? So it takes over for real.
Yeah.
Diane said, I will be an empty nester next year and will be doing more gigs to keep busy.
Okay.
That's cool. Dee said, exit plan, I'm tired of it or I get married.
That's a good one.
Yes. Don't forget, guys, I pinned the call in link to the top of the chat. Do you see it? Because I want to make sure it's there.
Let's see. No. Oh, it's all the way at the top, so you might want to share it again.
Yeah. All right. I will pin the call in for you guys to see. So if you want to share your comments with us, so call in so we can see your face, hear your voice, that would be nice. The rideshare coach said I tried Turo yesterday. I hope it goes well. Can you talk about that? Can you talk about Turo?
No, it's like, nah. My experience was not the best my first time. You want to just know what it's about or my experience? What you want me to talk about? So,
I'm saying the name wrong. I'm like turbo, but it's Turo, right?
Turo. Yeah, Turo. It wasn't completely bad. It's a very user-friendly app. And you just type in your city and state. They find vehicles in your area. They show you the price up front. The longer you rent, the cheaper it is, sort of. So like if a rental is like $34 a day and you rent it for like 8 days, it'll drop down to maybe $31 per day. They give you 3 different tier levels to get insurance. So they have like the most basic plan, which is like $10 a day, something in the middle, like $15, et cetera, et cetera. Long story short, I found a vehicle and it was like $27 a day. I booked it and you have to wait for the host to confirm it. And so the host reached out to me and sent me a message saying, hey, this vehicle is not available. You can cancel it for free, like cancel your reservation. And so I'm just upset because it's like, why is it on here available for me to book if you don't have it available? So then I found somebody else. well, no, before I did that, I inboxed him. I said, "Do you have any other vehicles?" Because some hosts that have multiple vehicles. So he sent me a link for something that was like $50 a day. So I just said thank you. I wasn't gonna book it because I'm like, the first one was 27. So I had found a completely different host. Price range was reasonable, booked with him. Then the first host reached back out to me with another link for a car that was in my price range. So I just, didn't pay him no attention. And so the host that I went with, I went to go get the car. He was late. The car smelled like weed. That's why he was trying to see if my time was flexible to pick up the car because he had to get the weed smell out. And I'm just like, no, I'm already in the lift on my way to come and get the car. So I got it about 16 minutes late, but overall, it was a decent experience. It was just my first time was just annoying.
Mm-hmm. Would you do it again?
Probably not. I think for me, it was just the nervousness of knowing that it's not my vehicle, it's somebody else's. Even though I had insurance, I'm more comfortable with renting from Avis or Budget or Enterprise because it's like I was so paranoid about what if there's the smallest scratch, the smallest dent, and I actually didn't do it. Or what if I don't bring the car back washed? Like this host wanted you to go to the car wash to get it washed when you were done, even though when I got the car, it was not washed on the outside. It was just so many stipulations. If you don't make sure it's clean on the inside, you can get charged like an extra fee. Things you don't have to deal with at an actual rental car company. Yeah. So I don't, it's probably based on the host.
Right.
That one, he was okay, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Learned a lot.
Okay. We have Christine Johnson. Hey, Dimples MC. Arturo said, do your own thing. Psychic said, LOLD, I will drop dead gigging before I get married again. But that's just, it's so interesting to hear people who were once married and they're like, oh, like, no.
Girl.
Let's Gig It said, it's draining for sure. Mom. Funny. I'm telling you, she is funny. Mark Davis said, I'm doing a batch right now. Damn. Don't forget I have the link here, guys, if you want to call in. Christine said it's there. Richard says, yes, it seems to be. You read that one real quick.
Liz for a Day said, but what really constitutes gig work? This work income producing work. You can make decent money and still have the freedom to do what you want. It all depends on your goals. Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
Star said, good evening, Queens. Question, if I had to only choose 2 gig opportunities, which ones would you do? You want to go first or me?
Of the current gigs, I think that's the question. Of the current gigs that we're doing, I don't want to do any of them, if we're really being honest. But if I had to choose, based on like simplicity and really the least amount of interaction with a customer, I would say Grubhub. But Grubhub needs to be a bit more consistent. Like Uber Eats is the most consistent of any app. But if I had to say with the customer interaction right now, based on where I live and the money that I'm making, it would be Instacart.
For me, I would go with Shipt. I'm also going to say it depends on your area because right now Shipt is not good. I had to put it on a shelf, as Dimples would say, because it doesn't serve me right now. But Shipt, and then Amazon Flex, only for groceries though. I haven't tried the packages, but the groceries, absolutely. Those would be my top two.
Denise said, I saw your channel on Turo. We have Jeffrey here. Jeffrey said he was going to call in this week. So, Jeffrey, hello, you two. Do either of you plan to start your own to start your own gig company? Y'all definitely make the brains combine. You definitely have the brains combined. It's on my list of things to do, Jeffrey, for sure. So
I actually thought about something the other day that
mhm.
I already have a name for it, but I don't want to launch it, but I
Right.
think it's a really great idea, and I'll actually tell you once we're done.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah, like I'm just keeping it in for now. Hi, Richard.
the sound's really bad.
Can you hear us?
I can barely. I can. It's like so. I'm gonna try and close. Maybe I have too many apps open. I don't know. Hold on. Should I close? Should I close you? Should I close YouTube?
Yeah.
Let me try
Mhm.
that. Otherwise, we have to. Let me cross the street too. I'm working at the same time. Hold on. All right, say something now.
Can you hear us?
Oh, that's better. That is better. Yes. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good.
All right. So I'm here in Southern California. So it's only 5:00, 5:30 for me.
Oh,
And let's see. So, I've been watching both of you for the last few months. I've been enjoying both of you. And so I'm so glad that you now have this show together and that you allow us to join with you. That makes it even better.
Yeah.
So, to your question, though, about what's your exit strategy? I'm pretty much like T. I don't have an exit strategy. I love what I do.
yeah.
In fact, my whole life is gig, really. Between Grubhub, which I've been doing, I don't know if you noticed last week, I said I've been doing this 10 years. So I've been doing this before. So the company that I worked with got bought out by Grubhub in 2016 because they wanted to get into the LA market because it's such a lucrative market. And they also wanted to get into the big catering portion, which is what the company I worked with had a lot of deals with people working in pharmaceuticals, law offices, all throughout LA and Orange County. So it made it easy for Grubhub to gain entree into the market.
Mm.
And so, I came upon it by accident, looking at Craigslist. I needed some money. I was going to deliver pizzas if I had to. I saw this job. I thought it was just going to be temporary. And as you can see, I'm still doing it. So there we go.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I really do love what I do. I love interacting with customers, people, there's just, to me, it's just fun. It's just a lot of fun. Plus, I like the fact that I can see as I earn more money. It's almost like a game for me as I do my budgeting and all. Wow, how much can I earn this time? How much can I earn this week? Then I can, apply that. I use a lot of spreadsheets, just like the two of you. So I have a spreadsheet for just about everything. So it's it makes it a great experience for me at least. I know not everyone is the same. It also helps when you're in a lucrative market. I think that helps too. If I was in a small town in, I don't know, southern Indiana, it may not be quite the same.
Right.
But being in Southern California, Los Angeles, for the most part, I usually do my areas, which is Pasadena. But sometimes I'll, if I want to do Orange County for a day, or when we had the curfews, LA was shut down at 4:00. So I just drove down the freeway 45 minutes, went to OC, and worked there for 4 hours, and so I was able to, not lose as much as I would have had I had to stay in my own area. So it's a really nice thing that that you can do.
Right. And I think that's some of the bonuses of even being in the gig world. Like you can be so flexible.
Mm-hmm.
You can go anywhere. You can go to another state and still say, okay, if I need a few bucks, let me sign on and work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
I also do Uber, but I haven't done it since April because people in the household didn't want me to do it for a while. So that's why I haven't done it. But I really do miss rideshare as well. because I would meet a lot of interesting people. Sometimes you go on some interesting trips. I mean, one day, picked up a guy from LAX, found out he had to go to Santa Barbara. And so I said, well, because I drive electric. So I said, well, we have to stop and charge for a little bit. But he was a little pissed at first, but then he was like, okay. So he ate his food while we were charging. Then he was in good shape.
Yeah.
To the mayor. And then I just spent the rest of the day in Santa Barbara. And then on the way back, because we have, Dimples, I was the one I talked to you about the destination filters a few weeks ago on your channel, right? So where I can, when on my way back from Santa Barbara, which is about 100 miles from LA, I set, once I got charged up again, I set my destination for a specific place, picked up someone on the way back in a city called Thousand Oaks, which is where people like Will Smith live and all, and picked up this woman, got to talking, found out we knew a person in common. So, that's, because she was I said, oh, do you know Stacy? And I was like, yeah, I know her. She was about my age. So, we had some really good, really fun. So I do miss that aspect of rideshare as well.
Right.
So, but I do have another gig that I do as well, which is teaching. I do teach part-time at a community college. So that's 2 days a week. But the bulk of my income comes from this, not from teaching at a community college. So, so that's something that people don't always understand.
Right.
So anyway. But yeah.
I'm happy you shared your, I can see, right, that you really do enjoy your job. So I'm glad that you were able to share that with us. Mm-hmm. What about those moments where you're just like, have you ever hit like a low point where you're like, I can't do this?
Honestly, no. I mean, I am, you see how quickly I said that? No, really, I have never had a low point. In fact, I was telling someone, so, I've had a few jobs over my life. One of my jobs when I was 19 or 20, I worked at a gas station for a little, because I needed some extra money. So I worked at a gas station. Now it was I didn't pump gas. I was in the booth, taking people's money, say, oh, I want $7 on number 6, or whatever it is. And I remember working there, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I see these people coming up, and these were grown people, it's like, how's this person able to come up here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, just getting some gas casually, and then they're going off to do whatever they want to do. Someday I want to be able to have that kind of flexible type of schedule, whatever it is that they do. I didn't ask the gentleman what he did for a living, but it was always in the back of my mind that someday I'm going to have that. So it started off when I went to grad school. I was a teaching assistant, so I had a lot of unusual schedule. I didn't have the same 9 to 5, and it's been 13 years since I've worked a regular job, and I can't do it. I cannot do it. So,
wow.
So I will tell you, I really do feel very blessed that I'm in a good market where I can I'm not making hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I make a decent enough living to be able to afford the things that I want to do.
Right.
So.
And you're happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to excuse that car in the background.
It's okay.
Here we go. Okay, yeah, because I'm in a parking garage. So,
okay.
As you can see.
And what's your name again?
Richard.
Oh, Richard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So I've come in fact, T, how I found you. Sometimes I just like looking. I think Dimples, you said you have a number of bank accounts. Well, you have about 3. Well, I probably have 3 times that many. I just keep opening new bank accounts. I put in. Believe me, there's not thousands of dollars in each one, but I get addicted to opening new accounts for different things. And I'll tell you, there's one that you guys should look into called Yada Savings that I just recently opened. It's gamified savings. It's something that you actually have in Michigan, T.
Really?
Yeah, gamified savings, where you actually pick numbers and you get extra money. So while they only pay 0.2% in interest, but you can win. Like last week, I won $1 or $1.25. Each week's on. So for every $100 you have in, you get 4 tickets. No, you get 1 ticket for every $100. Yeah, one. Maybe it's 4 tickets. Anyway, you get so many tickets for every $100 that you have in. I think it is 4 tickets for every 100. So let's say you have $1,000 in there, you'll get 40 tickets, and they pick numbers each day. In fact, the last Yada number, YOTTA.com. It's app only. It's not on the internet. Not web based. It's app only. And you can put in as little as $100, or maybe even less. Because you want some tickets. And at 6 o'clock every day they pick a number. But the reason how I found it is because you did a review of Chime Bank. Mm-hmm. And I've never had an account with Chime. I've never been interested in an account with Chime. I just wanted to see if you had anything bad to say about them, because I've read negative comments about Chime, and so I was just watching your video, and then I saw other videos, and then when you talked that same night, one of your videos was on having a degree, and people saying, "Oh, that's all that you do," and so I thought, wow, I can really relate to that. So I just thought that was very interesting. And then Dimples, your dimples are what brought me to see watching you. So there we go. But no, you just in terms of you had a really great personality just as you went through doing all of your shopping there and throughout the boroughs of New York. I guess you were in Queens or something like that. I don't know. Brooklyn. Okay. Brooklyn, Queens. Yeah. There we go. But yes, but yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to just share that really quickly. I do have someone's food that needs to go. So yeah, but I parked a ways away because I couldn't find any parking, and I don't mind walking. One last thing too, I was watching. Who's the young lady with a lot of hair? Is it Kiva?
Kiva.
Yes.
Like Kiva. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one in Phoenix. Yes, the young woman in Phoenix.
Oh no, that's Jazz.
Jazz. Excuse me, not Kiva. Yes, Jazz. And yes, Kiva. I think that's shorter. Yes, Jazz in Phoenix. And so she was saying something about taking a toll on your body. Actually, if anything, that's the other thing that I love about this is that I'm able to walk outside every day. Now, true, I do have the advantage of having good weather most days of the year, so I get a lot of vitamin D. I'd probably be 2 shades lighter if I was in another part of the country. But so I'm always outside. But it's great to be outdoors, to get exercise, and to work at the same time. So
right.
I don't mind at all. I will say driving rideshare does take a toll on you, though. You can feel it in your hip a lot of times as you're driving for miles and miles. You don't get a chance to get out. But doing this, I'm up and down, up and down. I mean, I do, sometimes 20 to 25 transactions in a day. Well, that's a lot. That's 50 times in and out of the car. So,
right.
So I'm going to get my 10,000 steps in. So there you go. Anyway, so I don't know. I guess I'll end it there. Let someone else have a chance to talk. But I just want to say thanks so much. I'm sure I'll dial in again next time you guys have something to.
Please do. Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
So, thank you both very much for allowing us this opportunity.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Have a good night. Thanks. How do we? Oh, I don't know how to remove. Okay. I'm like, I don't know how to remove. Well, that was a nice little conversation with Richard. Thank you so much.
Good stuff. Like I see his comments all the time.
Yes. Let me add the link again. See, we like talking to you guys. Please call in. That's we're utilizing the platform mainly for the interaction that we have with you guys. Where were we?
Ooh, we got a lot. Wait a minute.
I don't know. Oh, wait. We did Jeffries, right?
Yes.
Yes, we answered that. D-Star said, good evening, Queens. We read this one. We read this one, and then there was a follow-up to that. Okay, we answered. Side Gig said, hey, T, where's the Gig Talk robe?
I was going to wear it, but I was just like, no, not today.
In
the closet.
Let's Gig It said, I've made the most this week from my seat. Tell us what you made. I would love to know.
Mm-hmm.
Denise said, do it. I think that was in regards
to like if we created one.
Right. The only list for a day said the only gigs I was able to get on was Uber Eats and Postmates. I'm on the waiting list for everything in my market. Apparently the market is saturated with drivers. I signed up for everything in August. It's good to sign up for everything. Hopefully, eventually you'll just make your way down the list.
Yeah.
And call on you. Let's Gig said I got it. I got fam in Cali. Naparuski said, hey, glad to catch you live. We have hello. I think it's frozen.
Hello. How are you, ladies?
Good. You're frozen, Elizabeth, a little bit. Charlene,
All right. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm just gonna go forward. And
we
I
can hear
wanted to
you.
say thank you, first of all, for the podcast. Ladies are amazing. I've learned so much from you. Okay, let me turn. One second.
Okay.
Think. Hello. You muted yourself. Oh, I don't know. She muted herself.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she's having her help her out.
Yeah. Charlene, maybe exit and then come back in. Okay. In the meantime, while she gets it together, Charlene, exit and then come back into the room. Maybe it will adjust itself. Single D, I keep wanting to say the whole name.
Right.
I'd love to hear other perspectives for sure. Like, I like that Richard really enjoys gigging. That is so good.
He's energetic. Like, yeah, I love this stuff.
Right. I love that. Chris, big up Dimples. What's up, Chris? I have not heard from you in so long. Chris, hope all is well. Kim Johnson said this stuff is too addictive and the money is too easy. There are times when I take little breaks, but there's a rush when you can make $10 and so on just by driving people around.
Yes.
I take a lot of breaks. And I said in one video, I'm like, how do I think I'm going to make money if I'm always taking Chris said reselling sneakers is my exit plan. Sidegeek said just install Yada Savings. I need an incentive I can get to save. Thank you, Richard. See, this is why I love that you guys are sharing what you're doing, what's working for you, because knowledge is power. How corny is that? But it's true. Knowledge is power.
I literally looked it up. So yeah.
Charlene, don't forget to try to come back in. But we have Ron.
You said Ron?
Yes, Ron, the ride share. The rest of the name is cut off. Hi, Ron.
Hey guys, how's it going? How are you?
Good.
I'm hoping you can hear me well.
Yes.
Yeah, I was the guy in the comments that talked about Turo. I said I wanted to see how it worked out well.
Oh, okay.
Well, first, want to introduce myself. My name is actually Ronald, but I do call myself the Rideshare Culture. I do have a YouTube channel. But I wanted to answer your question about
Tell me the channel name once more so I could plug it.
Say it again.
Say your channel name once more because I want to link
plug
you.
it in. Okay. The Rideshare Culture.
Okay.
Yeah, the rideshare culture. It used to be called Uber Miami Guy, but I changed that over because I didn't want to use Uber's name anymore.
Right. We just had a conversation about that, about linking your name.
Yeah, because he got the issues. There was a gentleman named the Simple Driver. I used to watch him back in 2015, and he talked about that. So I had to change the name, and it made sense. But I wanted to answer your question about the exit plan, and I kind of have an exit plan, and I'll just kind of explain it real quick. So one of the things is I'm a full-time rideshare driver. I do also work with Ship sometimes, Instacart, and Grubhub. I cannot do DoorDash, nor can I do, when it was Postmates, I couldn't do Postmates because of something dealing with my records, but I was kind of confused because I was able to work with Uber, Lyft, and Grubhub. So I was kind of confused why they didn't allow me. But the plan was to purchase vehicles because that's the reason why I'm in Turo right now is to purchase vehicles and kind of start up a business, a rental business. Because if you guys didn't know, I work in the South Florida market, which consists of Miami, Broward County, and Palm Beach County. At this moment, I'm in the Broward County right now in Hollywood, Florida. And down here, a lot of the drivers are always looking to get into rideshare. Um, each and every day, there's always someone asking me in the car, "Do you like Uber?" And they're always saying, "Okay, well, can I sign up?" So that kind of got me to think that I want to kind of step away a little bit from the rideshare game and kind of have people do it for me. And I hope I'm explaining this correctly if you guys understand what I mean by it. Because down here we do have certain companies that are they're buying vehicles and they're renting them out. So what I did is I have another car that I used to do rideshare in, and I placed it on Turo as a host. And my first one was yesterday, so I wanted to see how it goes. And so far, the renter has been very nice people. It was their first time in Florida, so I
Mm.
wanted to see how the rental game worked through Turo, and then from there, I kind of have an idea what I want to do in the future. Um, the other side of me kind of thinking that I may not even step out of the gig all the way, because to be honest, I like rideshare. I meet a lot of interesting people down in Miami, um, especially a lot of people coming from New York, Michigan. There's a lot of people coming from California to check out our the tourist area in Miami, South Beach. It's it kind of gives you that good feeling. And also, not only this, I've partnered with someone because they needed me to like to pick them up again, and then they used the Uber app. They definitely called me back, but they used the Uber app to request me again, and I like doing that. And I've actually, I mean, I know that it's not, or some people say it may not be okay, but I've had somebody who said, "Well, hey, can I get your number and just kind of have a conversation with you?" And we just end up becoming friends.
Right.
And that was, there's only one or two people that I've allowed it, because there's some people you just have to watch out for. But these people, like, I've had them at my church before now. So I understand where Richard, when he talked about meeting these people, you get a sense of like this human interaction. Even though we're
Right.
in a situation we're in right now, we got to take a lot of precautions. It's it feels kind of good. Well, it feels good when you're talking to these people. And then sometimes you got the quiet ones in the car, and it's fine. They're quiet. Nobody doesn't have to say anything. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I may stay in some part of the gig. It's kind of like a half and half. I want to maybe try to exit maybe, but I just like it too much. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but I
Yes.
just like it too much just to just fully exit um the gig work.
So at some point, yes, you're not going to be doing what you're doing in the same capacity, but for sure you'll be behind the scenes somewhere.
Yeah, that's kind of basically what I'm looking at in the future. And then also with right now I'm working on my real estate license. I'm working at right now, and I have about a month to finish up, and that's because um one of the passengers that I picked up, he's a real estate agent, and he was explaining to me how there are many people moving from California and New York into Florida, especially into South Miami, um, and they're moving away from the states to try to get have better weather and just a better life in general. So when he explained that to me, it made sense because many of the people that I picked up recently in the past 2 to 3 weeks, actually about a month, have been saying they wanted to leave their states, and there's been many of them saying that we're down here to look for homes,
Mm.
and that'll be a good leeway for me just to kind of put a business card in their
Right.
hand when I get licensed to then maybe cut a deal with them or something like that if they're looking for a home. So yeah, that's basically what my you kind of see what my plan is in the future.
Nice. It's a good plan.
It's funny that you joined because I literally watched one of your videos like 2 days ago. Um,
Oh wow, thanks, appreciate it.
yeah, when you just said your channel, I typed it in and then it shows me that I watched the video and I was like, I was just watching him the other day. So that's funny.
Yeah, I'll tell you when my channel started. I started in 2016, and I was not consistent. And that's one thing that I had to learn is to be very, very consistent. I
Hmm.
started the video 2016 talking about Uber and talking about Uber Pool, which many of us don't like, and going into like Lyft line. So, in a way, I could say I'm considered a little bit of a veteran when it comes to rideshare. And I was trying to put it on YouTube, but the times that I was doing, like in the 2016, 2017 year, I was working at Macy's as an executive manager. So I was an executive sales manager at Macy's at the time, doing this part time, and I was making great money with the with Uber. Eventually, I left Macy's and I went on to go to what's called Saks Fifth Avenue to become an operations manager there, making great money there. But then I left Saks to continue with rideshare because I noticed again, you're your own boss, and I'm able to literally dictate how much money I can make.
Hmm.
With working a 9 to 5 job, having a W-2 form in the end of the year, it's great because you're going to get guaranteed money, but it's only capped because no matter how hard you work, and I used to work hard, long hours in Macy's and Saks. I used to work average of 60 to 65 hours because I was salary. So I wasn't like an hourly associate, I was salary. And I'm working all these hours and still getting paid the same. But if with rideshare and gig work, the more hours you could put in and the smarter you work with it, the more money could come into your pockets. And that's when I even got into stocks too, because you meet interesting people in the car that talk about that.
Hmm.
Right.
And before I wasn't looking at stocks at all. And a gentleman told me to buy Tesla. And right now Tesla's looking really good right now on Robinhood. So
I have it
it's
too. I know.
you see what I mean? So it's something that kind of came through me through rideshare.
Mm.
Right.
Working at a 9 to 5 job, you do have the interaction, but it's more about customer service or what happened, returns, and all that kind of stuff, and dealing with contractors coming to the store and all that stuff there. But yeah, what I wanted to say was I found you guys from Driving with Jazz. Um, and she did a video with I think with T, if I'm not mistaken. She did a video with you, T, if I'm not mistaken. You
We
On
were
guys
it.
had
on
like a
Instagram. Instagram
yeah, with
Live.
Instagram. Yeah, with
Okay.
Instagram Live. Yeah, so I happen to go onto YouTube and then look up other gig workers who are in the YouTube game because I like to learn about other markets. I kind of put myself in a situation in Florida where I would drive all of Florida, which I do. So sometimes I would leave the South Florida market to drive in the Central Florida market, consider Orlando and Tampa, and even North Florida because I have a friend that lives up there. Because depending on the time of year, is where money is to be made. South
Mm.
Florida is all year round, but we do have a lot of drivers that consistently keep coming on the platform. There's no limit. When it comes to Uber and Lyft, of course, Instacart and Shipt kind of limits how many people could come on, and then they'll let you in. And the other thing is too, I also am a corner shop shopper. So I
Ooh.
don't know if you guys have it in your markets yet,
I
but
just
if you
got my welcome package with all those
okay.
bags. I just got it like 2 days ago.
It's good right now, and if you guys didn't know who's watching that, it's Uber is a part investor of Corner Shop. So if you get
Okay.
all those emails from Uber talking about $20 off and all that, they are a part investor in Corner Shop. And when it came down in Miami, I said I have to jump on this because they're giving guarantees like
Right.
$70 guarantee. They're giving the multiplier on top of the orders, and it's working out good. It does have its kinks. It does
Right.
because you got to do a lot of steps to complete a complete an order just
Right.
to just to finish it up. You got to keep clicking the button. Whereas Instacart and Ship, they're a little bit more smoother when it comes to the user interface.
Hmm.
So I recommend anybody that has it in the market, kind of put that under your tool belt, and that's another way to, get some extra money in your pocket.
Right. And get in now that you can until they are like, oh, we are not accepting anyone.
Yep,
I
yeah,
got a
exactly, yeah, exactly. So
so I
yeah.
have a question for you. For Turo, does
Mhm.
it how much of a percentage do they take? Do you know? Because I was curious as to how much you can make as a host.
So alrighty, so I did this a whole lot of research. One of the young ladies that I do watch on YouTube, her name is Sama Experience. She's based out of California. So if you guys are interested, she has a lot of detailed information about that. But on my side of doing the research, you have three options. You got the 60% plan, meaning that if anything happens to the vehicle, I will get 60% of the fare or whatever the total amount is, and they will get the rest. What this does for me is that if something happens to the car, rather front bumper, anything, Toro will cover it. I go to the body shop or whatever shop, get a receipt, get a estimate, show it to Turo, and they will give me the money in the account and it will be fixed. So that's 60. Then you go into what's called the 75 plan. You get 75% of the earnings. Now with that one, you got to put down a $250 deductible for you to for you to fix anything that maybe the renter has done to the car, rather be interior damage or exterior damage or wheels or whatever. Then of course you go to your 85% plan. You got to put down $2,000 deductible, which then of course will cover any with those things. And then when you go to the 95% plan, they'll take that 5%. However, you need to have your own insurance if you're on the 95% plan. You got to get your insurance company to cover your car or have what's called renter's insurance, which is really
Mm,
hard to get, especially where I'm at in South Florida. South Florida, we have one of the largest, accident prone situations down here. People just left and right just seeing accidents. So it's really hard to get renter's insurance. So for
wow.
me, I was down at the 60% plan. So I'd rather get less just in case somebody messes up my vehicle. And I drive a Chevy and Impala. So that car, I love that car. I bought it, because I wanted to get that car. But one of the reasons why I put that car on Turo is because I made bad financial decisions in the past in my younger 20s. So I needed to somehow subsidize the payments now because I'm still paying for the car, and I'm almost done. This is one of the reasons why I put that car on Turo.
Trust me, I understand making bad financial decisions. We were just talking about that earlier.
I tell you, I bought me first. I bought a blue Impala, very good with all the leather seats and everything. And I was working at Macy's as a manager at 22. So what happened was, I went to the dealership to get a tune-up, and the dealership guy had convinced me to buy another car, which I shouldn't have done. I didn't need
Mm,
to. I should have just kept that car I had. But then I had a got upside down payment at a 7%. But the problem was, um, they for that particular car was the upside down total payment was $60,000. Didn't even realize, just for a Chevy Impala. And if you ever seen a Chevy Impala, y'all know what a Chevy Impala even look like. It ain't even worth that much money, even when you buy the top trim. So I made really that was one. That's the only bad decision I made. Other than that, I'm consistent on the payments, and I'm able to work as much as I need to kind of cover the payments between the home that I live in, my apartment, condo, this car that I'm in right now, and that Impala. So I'm able to do those things there.
okay. Wow.
Well, all right, guys. Hopefully, I'm not holding up anybody else on the line, but I really wanted to get on here, and it's great to see other people talking about gig work and trying to give an explanation about how it could change your life, because it will. And I just did a video and I talked about the health part of it. And anybody who has watched me in the past, you see I was a little bit slimmer. Now I'm a little bit bigger, and that's on me. So I'm trying to get back. I'm at the gym right now and trying to get back in shape because working 8 to 12 hours, even bit prior to when they limit us to 12 hours, I was working 13 hours a day, working, driving for Uber, and I was not eating the good food. So now I got me a warming lunchbox in the back. You can plug it up in the car, and it actually warms up your food. So,
Mm.
but yeah, yeah, it's a cool. I think I'm gonna do a little review on it on the channel tomorrow morning when I get some sunshine.
Okay.
But yeah, again, thank you guys for letting me on your channel. Much appreciated. And for you guys out there, thank you very much. Keep the motivation, and you'll
Mm.
be able to make that money out there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night.
You
You
too.
too. Hi. Thanks for
Thank you. Thank you.
calling in. That was so nice.
I literally watched him a couple of days ago. Like, let me see what this is about.
Yes. Amy said, I'll call in on Gig Talk Live, episode 25. Got to give y'all motivation to keep going. Is it 25? Whew.
Oh my God. She got that 2G network.
Yeah, Chris, come on.
Oh, this is your person, huh?
Right. Don't forget you can call in, guys. She said she'll call in. Dee said, awesome plan, Ron. Sygig said, good info, Ronald, just sub to your channel. I did the same thing in my 20s. I went to a dealership for an oil change and left with a new car.
Wow.
I think a lot of us have made bad decisions when it comes to vehicles.
Yes. Can't wait to tell my story.
Denise said, good info, Ron. Amy said, love this. Thank you. Thank you. Richard said, at side gig, I think you'll enjoy Yada. With rates practically in the toilet, the prizes alone will make you more on your money. How is Postmates so 7D star said, how is Postmates so trash? Who's making bread with the company? I don't know. I don't know.
I've never done
I
it.
feel about it. Don't. Well, I'm not gonna tell you not to do it. Try it and then you figure it out on your own.
I won't, because my niece, I had told her when I first signed up for DoorDash, I told her to do the same thing. And for some reason, she could not. It said it wasn't in her area. Now, we live in the same state, but she was like 45 minutes away from me. So the only thing in her area was Postmates. So she was like, oh, I'm going to sign up for Postmates. So I'm like, okay, tell me how you like it. And she did maybe one delivery, maybe two, but I think it was one. And she got paid like $4 and some change. And the drive she had to do, she was just like, never again. So I don't know what it is about Postmates, but everybody hates it as far as from what I hear.
But then there are some people that really like it. And I'm like, my first delivery I did with Postmates was from East Flatbush in Brooklyn. And I had to go across Atlantic. Like, it just didn't, the whole thing didn't make sense. I must have crossed over like 3 or 4 neighborhoods. And I made like $4.30. And I was like, oh no, this is horrible. And every once in a while, you're like, oh, I'll give it another chance, but it's just not even worth it. It's not.
Kiva said the same thing when she was on here. When she called in, she said, Postmates, absolutely not.
Right. Try it out, decide for yourself. But as far as me and my house, it's a solid no. Amy said, about to sign up to do gig work, and I'm in Dallas, Texas. Anybody from Dallas?
I feel like somebody just said they were. No, that was Florida.
Who's in Dallas?
Dallas.
I know Gig Life is in Austin, but I don't know how far that is from Dallas. And then there's Ruby and Queen. She's in, I think that, I don't know. She's in Texas as well, but I'm not sure. Sagik said, I did 2 Postmates orders. Never again.
Call in and tell us why.
Yeah, Sagig. Let us know your story. Liz for a day. Postmates suck in my market. I do one order every few weeks to stay active. Oh, I'm probably not even active. Hopefully they will change since Uber has purchased the company.
I did hear about that. Okay. She's the only one.
Oh, we have Kim Johnson here. Ooh, people are calling in. I'm so excited. Hi, Kim.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Dimples. Hi, T.
Hey.
I took my face off because I'm a hot mess.
I am a hot mess. Don't worry.
I'm a hot mess. I always comment on the videos because I'm a commenter.
Thank you.
I'm not bold enough to do a YouTube channel because I don't have time for that. I don't know. I want to, but then I don't want to.
Yeah.
So, but I found Dimples, I guess just by chance. But when I started doing a little bit of the Instacart, and then I found Dimples from the Instacart. I did it for a little bit, but not as much because my knee started to hurt, and then I had to take an exit for a while.
Okay.
But hopefully this week I'm gonna jump back on it. But I primarily do Lyft. Well, not primarily. That's what I do. I do Lyft.
Mm-hmm. Where are you located?
Oh, I'm in Queens.
Oh, Queens. All right. Look at me, extra happy now. Somebody from
Yeah, that's why when you always say that you was in Brooklyn, you know, I usually recognize places because I mean, obviously I'm all over the place.
Right.
But
I used to do Uber Eats in Queens too.
Okay.
Like Queens, Long Island City.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just had an Uber Eats delivery. At least this time they didn't screw it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because they get on my nerves. So he gets to keep his tip, T.
T is never gonna live this down.
No, you know what? I am an avid tipper, but when you screw up, you can't make a tip. Like, no, there has to be penalties. And
Right.
sometimes.
Uh-oh. Are you there?
I think we lost her.
I ain't gonna lie. I over-tipped the other day.
What?
I meant to tell you about it.
You back?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, I'm an avid tipper, but when they screw up, you know, I had to take back my tip once and cancel one of my orders.
Wow.
You know, because I'm like, you know, you run your own business. Why do you make stupid mistakes? You know?
Yeah.
So, but I just want to say I like the live situation because I like honesty. You know, you find that so much YouTube videos, people are just selling a game. They're not selling the truth.
Yes.
You know? And it leads people to go and do stuff. And people are like, well, I didn't make that kind of money because the person didn't tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's called a hustle for a reason.
Right.
You know? Like right now I'm going on, by the end of the month, I'll have 20,000 rides on Lyft.
Oh, nice.
What? Wow.
Oh yeah, I'll be in the streets.
That is great.
Furthest you've dropped someone off to?
I've been to Philly, past Dorney Park.
Wow.
And
but that's never... like an hour and
No. I picked it up on Penn Station and it took about 3.5 hours.
Oh my.
That's not bad.
And it was monsooning outside.
Oh no.
I've been to Philly. One time I went to Philly and I picked up Ray and them. And you know, he got in the car and they didn't talk. Picked him up from over there by Kingston off the BQE, the projects over there. And he was like, it's a round trip. So I drove him to Philly. He stayed there less than 10 minutes. I used the bathroom and we came back to New York.
I wonder if this was transactional.
Well, he didn't go inside anywhere. The person that came to meet him was right outside. There was no bag exchange. It was strange. And his friend slept all the way.
Okay.
His friend slept all the way. And I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. He's like, it's your car, Ma. It's your car. Okay. And I used the bathroom. He came out to use the bathroom too. And we came right back to New York.
Wow. What was the payout on that?
It was a good payout, but that was before they was taking out the fees before they showed the payout. But it was like it was good. I think that was the first time I hit $500 in a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you, this thing is so addictive. It's like I went outside for an hour and a half and I made almost $60.
Nice.
And I only had 3 rides. And the girl, she went to Long Island Jewish. I was like, oh, close to my house. I'm going home. You know, it's like, you know, so I plan to go back out at about between 2 and 3 in the morning and work at 12 hours tomorrow because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we'll see.
Right. And then you know it's gonna snow too on Wednesday.
Yeah, on Wednesday. So I mean, we'll see. But see, the thing is that Lyft has a clientele, and a lot of their clientele has exit left in New York. So, you know, I think they're gonna have to work a little bit harder after COVID to try to get, because you know, Uber, everybody takes Uber.
Right.
But Lyft is like, I'm taking Lyft. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you know, because the people them are just different. Like one day I picked up Sarah Jessica Parker.
What?
I picked up about 3 or 4 stars since I've been doing it.
Wow, fancy. Did you like say, oh my God, or did you just play it cool?
Oh no, I spoke to her the whole entire ride.
Wow.
We had a nice conversation. And then I was like, oh, when we pulled her, I said, oh, you're not going home. She probably said, how the hell you know where I live? And then I don't know where she lives, but I know she lives in a brownstone. So we were going to an apartment building. And then she was like, oh no, I'm going to my friend. They're going on a date. I'm going to hang out with them.
Wow.
But she was in the vicinity of where she lives though.
Right.
Yeah. So, but no, she spoke to me the whole entire way.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
she was very nice. And I picked up a guy one time that came on the Ray Donovan show. He's Ray Donovan's best friend, the Irish guy. I never seen that show, but I've seen the actor outside once, you know, but I've never seen that show.
Nice.
I mean, you know how it is in New York. People are just walking the street. People don't care.
Right. Like at the end of the day, it's like, all right, you're there. And you just keep it moving. Like I got bills to pay. I can't worry about you.
Yeah. I mean,
you know.
I worked at UBS for 17 years. I've delivered to many stars. I've seen many stars. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tyson Beckman sitting out there having lunch on Union Square. You know, like, okay, that's
Rosie
Tyson
Perez
Beckman.
is always in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Spike Lee, it's like it's nothing.
It's nothing.
Actually, Whoopi lives like 10 minutes from me, and
she lives in Jersey.
Yeah, she lives in West Orange, and she's just out like it's nothing, you know.
Yeah. I remember one time I had to go up to deep out there in Long Island where Martha Stewart had her farm, and they were like, "Oh, Chevy Chase lives right over there." I was like, "Oh, okay." You know, like I mean, one day I was delivering to Sopranos. The Soprano co-star, his girlfriend, and I'm banging on her door, and her dogs are barking like crazy, and I don't like dogs because I'll drop packages and run. So she didn't answer, and then all of a sudden she came to the door. She was sleeping.
Oh,
I mean, you see everybody. I saw Harvey Keitel, the gangster thing. I delivered to him. They was like, "Oh, that's Harvey Keitel." I'm like, "Who's that?" And he was sitting right by the window.
Wow.
I mean, this is New York. Who cares? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not you never get starstruck, but it's like, okay. You know where people live, you see them. You know, I picked up a guy that he worked on a Real Housewives franchise. He's like, oh yeah, when they're done, we just put them in Ubers and Lyfts and send them along their way.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Would you ever do Via? Would you ever sign up for that?
Let me tell you, this guy I know, he does Via. And to me, Via is a big scam. So the other day, I did an overnight the other night. I had not done a true overnight in a long time. I mean, overnight where the sun is about to come up, right? I was being a trooper. I was going hard. So I had him to talk to because he does overnight. So he was like, oh, I'm sitting here, but I'm on $25 an hour. They, because they pay hourly.
Right.
So then he was like, oh, I just got a ride to Newark. But see, that doesn't pay because you're on a $25 an hour. If I was to pick up that ride, that would be like $50 to $60 for me for that one ride. And I can still probably get a pickup from the airport to come back in and probably double that and make me like $1.50. You know what I'm saying? So you're not paying me hourly. I don't care if I'm sitting around. I want my money for my time. I don't want want you to control me. I don't want you to tell me to go here and there. No, $25. I would be so upset.
To go to Newark.
Huh?
I said to go to Newark at that.
To go to Newark.
You still gotta pay the toll to come back. Do they pay the toll?
Well, the thing is that, see, this is how Via is a scam, because if they're only paying you $25 for that hour, they're charging the customer the actual price. So they're making off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not that they're giving the customer a discount. No, they're charging the customer the fare, and the customer is paying for that toll. I mean, yes, they might give you the money for the toll, but it's better for you to do stuff on your own, because what if they don't have a I forgot what they call it, where you get another ride, a rematch. They call it rematch. What if they don't do rematches if you're on that hourly situation?
Right.
So then you're kind of like, screwed in a way, No, give me my money for all my rides. Cause like the other day, I'm driving down 7th Avenue, I get a ping and it says 45 minutes plus. I was like, okay, where's she going? And it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. Becky got in the car. Becky was going to Connecticut. I was like, let's go. And I dropped her off and she was knocked out. I mean, she was knocked out. If she didn't have the mask on, she would have been drooling. She was knocked out. And I don't know, she knew when we got to her destination, she perked up real fast. She's like, oh, thank you. The sun had just risen. I just made a U-turn out of the driveway and headed right back to New York, because people don't realize Connecticut is only 15 minutes away from the Bronx.
Right.
So all I had to do was make my way back into, I call it civilization, where I choose to work. Like I don't really work the Bronx, so I have to make my way all the way down to the city. Right. So it took me about 45 minutes, and that was nothing because her ride was $70, and then she gave me a $10 tip.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and that was a corporate account. So usually, sometimes they tip you on corporate accounts, sometimes they can't. But
I think we lost her again. Kim, we lost you. I think we lost Kim. Yeah, I can't hear Kim anymore.
Me either.
Okay. There are many comments. While Kim is coming back, we read this one already, right? Yeah. Oh, she's back. Kim?
Oh, okay. Okay, I moved to the kitchen.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to talk about a little bit of the exit strategy. And I know
Mhm.
I made one time I made a comment on your page because you see him he was getting real tired. I'm like, just take a break. You know, if you're tired, just take a break. There's nothing wrong. I mean, one thing about this job is that the money is always there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But then
And
you know what it is for me too, like especially with having a YouTube channel, you're almost like easily forgotten. So I kind of feel like I have to work
yeah,
to produce content so people
yeah,
will stay engaged.
yeah, yeah,
People's
yeah,
minds change so easily. So it's like a bit of pressure there. And then I was having this talk with Gig Life, and I have higher payouts where
yeah.
I live. And I feel like maybe a lot of people are coming just to see those higher payouts or just to see me make $800, $1,000.
Well,
And
you know,
it's almost toxic just a little bit, you know?
well, I think because we live in a voyeuristic society,
Mm-hmm.
people are just looking. You know what I'm saying? Because I can tell you that I made $130 on one ride, and you're gonna be like, how the hell did I do that? But
Right.
it's it's where I live and where the person is
Right.
going. So one thing people don't try to explain that every market is
Is
completely different. And these rides, these grocery haul, everything is a luck of the draw. It's
right.
no
Nothing is in your control.
there's nothing in your control. It's
Right.
like, you have to be just ready when it arrives. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, I mean, of course, like with me, I'm a 5-star driver. So, yes, I may get a ride over another driver, but I don't know how their algorithm works.
Right.
Right? I just have to stay in that echelons. So when they look and say, oh, Kim Johnson is here and Billy is over there, but Billy only has a 4.8, Kim has a 5. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they do that.
Right.
So you just continue to do what you have to do. And I go back, people that I watched last year, and then I stopped watching, and I say, you know what, let me be nosy and see what they're up to. You know what I'm saying? Because we're just voyeurs. Like your situation may not fully change my game, but
Mm-hmm.
it might just add a little bit to it, and it
Right.
depends if I want to watch. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But when you were talking about the exit strategy, I mean, I'm I'm 47, and obviously I'm not going to want to do this all my life.
Mm-hmm.
But the only one goal that I have is to travel the United States for a whole entire year, a complete sabbatical.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And in the meantime, I do other things other than just do Lyft. I'm a reseller. I'm a this. I'm a that. I'm that. You know what I'm saying? Because it affords me the time to be able to do a little of this, a little. I don't have to do one thing. Like when Richard was talking about going to a job, when I was at UPS, I was in management, and you will work 16 hours a day, and you're not getting anything more for it.
Right.
So why even continue to, not knocking a W-2? You know what I'm saying? Because health insurance is expensive. It's real.
Right.
But when you have that freedom, like I could come home after doing a trip because I have other means, or I can make another decision.
Right.
And I mean, you have your job. T, you out there hustling on a whole bunch of different apps.
Yep.
When it's so easy, why give it up?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You could leave it for a month and come back.
Right.
The only thing with me is that I have a TLC and I have to keep that going.
Right.
But otherwise than that, if I wanted to leave Lyft for a year, I only have to maintain my license.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or if they have any other requirements in New York, not that I know about, but that's my biggest thing. But my exit strategy, maybe one day, I'm learning stock. Like I said, I do reselling. I do every little thing. I mean, this new world is the best world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Because now you can find people that are able to put you in a place. you know how they talk about being in a room, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're in a room of something that you want to learn.
Right.
And then you just got to take it to another step.
Right.
You know, like how you want to do the Amazon cars. I mean, I'm Amazon truck situation.
Right.
And I knew a lady at UPS. She was telling me the same thing. And, you know, it's like the world is so vast.
Yeah.
But it's also endless in a way.
Right.
You know, so I think an exit strategy is like a iffy possibility, because like once you taste these freedoms, what is an exit strategy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but
You're right.
but you know, everybody has to work according to their own order, as they say.
Right.
You know, you have to, because we don't know what's going to happen to these companies in a couple of years. I mean, they're being attacked on every single level, from legislation, from this, from that. So we don't know. But everybody that I follow, everybody's into something else.
Right.
So we're just not relying on one single thing, you know, to pay the bills.
Yeah.
You know, so. But you ladies keep it up. I saw your little thumbnail, and I was like, okay. I began the thing, and I know she'll probably say, "Who is Kim Johnson with this government name?" I'm gonna have to change that, because you know you might be able to Google me,
I'm sure there are a million Kim Johnson.
but I don't think they all black, girl.
You never know. You never know.
People be thinking I'm a man.
Kim?
They be coming up to my car like, ugh. See, rideshare is fun. I know you tried it in Jersey.
And I hate it.
Yeah, because like I said, of course, you know, in New York, they had the whole protests and all this stuff, and these drivers fought for X, Y, and Z.
Right.
So we get paid, I'm sure, way higher. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to do it in New York or one of these other states, because I get $1 and change per mile, and
Right.
58 cents a minute, something like that. You know, so it pays for me to do it, and a flat ride is $5.47.
Mm-hmm.
And now they don't have the shared ride, so it's much better.
Right. Right.
So it's much better, and people obviously are only taking rides if they really got to go somewhere. So you're gonna get a nice, decent ride.
Right.
You know. So, but I mean, just continue to stay honest, ladies. I mean, that's what makes it more fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll be sure to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be honest. All these people on YouTube not telling the whole truth, nothing, but it does not help people. You know what I'm saying? It helps them a little bit, but you know, because I got into something, and I wish they would tell you they had told you the downfall before. Right. Like, let that be part of like the first top 10. Mm-hmm. This could happen, and this is what you do to prevent it. You know what I'm saying? But they sell I made 6 figures. 6 figures is only a penny away from another figure. So once you spend that penny, you have already decreased your so-called 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this whole thing, I made 6 figures. So what? So what? It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because you could lose it by the time you walk into the Wendy's. Mm-hmm. You know, it's when you are beyond. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really pay attention to them when they start calling out these fake numbers, because you're not telling me the real thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you have to be completely honest, because you can make 6 figures, but that's just a number on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So, well, all right, ladies, continue.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna see if I go back to the Instacart.
Okay.
I do like Wegmans also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which one? Wegmans where?
The one in Brooklyn.
Okay, by the Navy Yard.
Yeah, that's my bathroom spot.
Okay.
But, you know, I do like the fact that they tell you what aisle to go in.
Right.
You know, because they're like a little bootleg Aldi's. I think they
Yeah.
have a lot of stuff with their name on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a nice little spot. Their bathroom is clean.
Right.
So right now I'm using it for that. But maybe tomorrow we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Because I want to go back and do the Instacart. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, ladies, continue to have a great evening. I watch on my TV because I'm lazy right now. That seafood boil put me over.
Okay.
All
And thank you for the support as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let me see. Oh, there it is. Okay, you read this. I am going to turn down the heat because I was cold and it's at 85. And
It says, these are the emojis for Postmates. And I'm going to read the next comment, even though I can't put it up on the screen because she has
I'm back
over this show. 7D Star said, how can they allow that? And then Uber bought them.
Postmates, right?
Uh-huh.
I think it's going to be a while before we see any kind of change between Postmates with Postmates and Instacart.
Girly Girl 1 said, you're right. I have met people who love Postmates. Very few, but I have. Christine said, Postmates is Uber Eats now. The pay on Postmates is so small, it sucks here in Baltimore.
It's small everywhere.
Yeah.
It's small everywhere.
Yeah. Tracy said, hey.
Hey.
Richard said, Postmates can be hit or miss. It really depends. During the curfews back in early June, I met a young man, 17, 18, who was actually making decent money working late nights. Wow.
I've done Postmates. I think the latest order I took was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Chanu?
Yes.
Yeah. PM gave me Postmates gave me a stacked order. Total pay $528.
I would never. Like, it's ridiculous. Uber sent out an email about the merger of Postmates. Let me leave the link to call in. We've been on here for an hour and 35 minutes.
Who was that was supposed to call in or call back?
Oh, Charlene. She never called back. 20K on Lyft. Whoa. Chanu, Postmates has gotten worse since the merger. Oh my goodness.
Maya said, oh.
Tracy, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know we're late to get into it, but thank you.
70 Star said, I jumped on Postmates one day just for SHITS and giggles. 2 orders, canceled both of them joints. They always want you to use that card.
Yeah. We
Hi.
have yes.
Hello.
I think I'm doing this wrong.
Hello.
I think I'm doing this wrong.
No, you're good. You can hear
I
us?
just see my forehead.
We can see your whole face.
We
I
can
just
see
see
you.
my forehead. This is funny.
Yeah.
Hey, friends.
Hey, what's going on?
So I wanted to ask you, like when you're communicating with customers, like when you're doing Instacart. See, I don't know if you do Instacart. I know you talk more about Ship.
Right.
So like when you do Instacart, I don't have experience with Ship, but so Instacart or Ship, when the customer is communicating with you, don't that make the app lag?
Not that I'm aware of.
It's a slight lag. Like I'll send them pictures and let them know like this is out of stock. Would you like this? There is a slight lag. Yeah.
Oh, like a little delay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For me, it's a heavy lag.
Oh wow.
Like when they communicate excessively.
Mm-hmm. So is that dragging out your orders? Mm.
But I still love doing Instacart.
Okay. Where are you located?
Pontiac.
Where?
Michigan.
Oh,
It must be good up there because closer to Detroit, I see maybe 2 orders a day.
Oh, really?
It's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I wanted to call in. I wanted to call in. I haven't called in. I missed last Sunday. I was busy. I was out there working, but I made time tonight.
We're happy to have you.
I'm glad to be here. I'm subscribed to both of your channels. I love your content.
Thank you.
I'm a groupie.
So what is your gig exit plan?
I don't have one. I love it. I like that I have the freedom to start and stop when I want. And like if I have an emergency bill to pay, I'll just get out there, gig a little, and then I'll have the money.
Right.
Do you have a full-time job?
Nope. Okay. This is it.
Nice.
How long you been doing it?
Oh, about 2 years.
Wow.
What gigs are you doing or have you done?
All of them. Except Chip.
Okay.
Uber Eats, Grubhub, Postmates, Instacart.
Nice. Have you tried Spark? Because we've been waiting for Spark.
That's cool.
No, I haven't tried that.
What's your name?
Danielle.
You know, T got the busted internet now.
I'm froze.
I'm here. T is just delayed.
Okay.
I'm froze.
Okay, I'm back now. I don't know what happened.
Am I froze?
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I didn't catch your name. What was it?
Danielle.
Okay.
I got 2 channels on here, October Scorpio and this one.
Oh, yes. I know exactly who you are. It's familiar, but I don't know.
Don't be giving me shade, Dimples. Don't be giving me shade.
Come on. Have I ever given you shade?
I'm joking.
Her face is familiar, but where is she from? Okay, now I know. No, thank you for joining. She's been rocking with me for a while, so I appreciate it. Nice.
Well, I don't want to be too long. I just thought I'd come in and chat. I'm gonna go finish with my I'm snacking on fortune cookies, but I'm gonna go finish with my. I don't want to be smacking online.
Right here. Don't even worry.
This is about to be a mukbang with T. All right. Well, thank you.
Thanks for coming
so
on.
much.
Yes.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Let me link her channel real quick. You can read
that name. I read that one. Maya said, I only use Postmates when I double app.
Oh, like as just a filler.
Mm-hmm.
Read the next one. I'm just looking for her channel.
Let me find the next one because okay. Richard said, I detest the phrase side hustle.
Ooh. Is that because, Richard, this is your... Tell us why. I would love to elaborate on that.
He's going to have to call back in.
Right.
That'd be a good topic for like the next episode.
Right.
How we define, like why people use certain words to define the gig economy or what should it be. But anyway, Sygig says, she just says the first time I made $500 in a day. That is hustle. I'm excited to make $500 in a week.
Oh, nice. What was your biggest week with Ships?
$13.48.
How did you feel that week? Like, what were your thoughts?
I kept going because of you. I was watching one of your videos and you had set the goal for 1,000 a week. And I was like, let me just try. And once I reached 1,000 and I saw there were still orders on the app, I said, let me just see how much I can make. And then once I just kept seeing the numbers add up, I tapped out at $13.48. Probably could have done 2 more, but I was just like, no, I need to rest,
Yeah. We'll have you going crazy. This week on Shipped was 15 and change. And I was just like, oh, I can do, like, all these things start to go through my mind. Oh, I could do this every week. If I do this for a month, if I do this for I do this for a year, my mind be going. I'm like, oh, I can make this much money. I could do this. I could do that. But, everything came to a halt with Shipped.
Yeah.
Definitely a great feeling.
Miss WW said, side gig. I know, right? I need to move to New York.
Don't come to New York. New York will take your soul. I'm telling you. Who else does Uber cab? Says Fitness Fly. Is Uber cab, is she referring to the ride share? He or she?
I have no idea.
Sean Lewis said, I took a break from gig work. Why, Sean?
Miss WWT, when is your birthday? You mentioned you're a Capricorn. I am too. Mine is December 25th. Doesn't it suck? Mine is on the 22nd. People always try to get us double gifts. Or
that's when you have to be firm and say,
trust me. They tried it. And I'm like, no, my birthday is not on Christmas and I'm not waiting till after Christmas.
Right. I think it's important when people have birthdays on that holiday or Christmas, like, give them a birthday gift and a Christmas gift. Don't wrap my birthday gift in Christmas paper or any other type of paper. Like, it's not fair. It's kind of not fair to you guys. Mark Davis said, yeah, Instacart payments are unicorns in my region. LOL. I be tripping on those payouts. Honestly, like, it is a unicorn compared to other areas, but it's normal here.
That is crazy.
Sean Lewis said, hello, Dimples. Nice to see you on live. Hi, Sean. Did I give the link for them to call in?
You might want
to call in.
Mark Davis said, I only do Lyft during streaks. With the ride challenges simultaneously, that's how you make that bread.
Tiga. I missed the exit plan strategy discussion. I do agree with breaks, though, but I do have a 9 to 5, thank God. Tiga to call in. This is my birthday twin. Come on, Tiga, call in. Oh, can't keep Nikki in a box. Just returned to Shipped today from a 3-week break. I swear it was at least 15 Shipped drivers in Target.
I believe it. I haven't seen a video from you in a while.
You made a video the other day before yesterday, I think. She's back.
Gig Life was able to catch some live.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Right. We're going to have him on the show soon. Postmates is evil. Christine Johnson, this is so awesome. The info we are getting from the calls in this live. That's why we want you guys to call in. I really do. Deliver Taz. Oh, I've never heard of this name.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
You should call in. Taz.
Yeah.
Tell us about your channel.
Yes, because it looks like you got one. Tracy said, I do okay on Postmates.
Really?
Are decent is her next comment.
Wow. Not mine. Not when I did it.
Gig Life said, could be the connection. Get on a strong Wi-Fi at the store or just use the cell data and turn Wi-Fi off. Yeah. Miss WW said, I have been on the waiting list for Instacart since October 2nd. Still waiting. Gig Life said all or nothing. Fire.
Dee said, what's her channel? I think she was referring to Danielle. There's two channels. One is October Scorpio, and the other one is Let's Gig It. But it didn't come up when I searched.
Oh, that was the other one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here it goes. Oh, let me link that. I didn't know she was in Michigan.
We're gonna do an
Sorry. This is Let's Gig It's channel.
Okay.
Single mom said, and Valentine's Day, her cakes always had hearts on it when she was younger. Mine is the 23rd. Look, you got some Capricorn.
Hey.
Here.
One day apart.
So we made it to, ooh, he called in. All right.
Hey.
What's up?
Am I supposed to have headphones on?
We would love that.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a little choppy, but I can hear.
Oh, because I'm out here driving on my last service.
Driving on your last what?
Hold on. Let me get my headphones up.
All right. While he's doing that, I kind of wanted to mention something like first, because I know you mentioned something about a podcast in the beginning. You absolutely have the voice for it. So
What does that mean?
you should just do it. Like I would listen to a podcast, if it was just audio.
What is the voice for? What does that mean?
You just have a podcast voice, like a voice that I could listen to, like on the radio, a podcast. Like you just have that voice.
Yeah.
So, and then as far as you guys talking about the gig life or the gig work being hard on the body, I don't want to say I disagree, but do you think maybe it has something to do with the kind of orders that you guys pick up? Because you know me, I'm 30 items or less. So it's like, it's not hard on my body because I'm not doing all them cases of water.
And I too try to avoid the cases of water, but it'd be somebody want to slip in 3 or 4 in there.
Yeah.
But when I was living in New York, it was different because if you're picking up all this stuff and it's walk up apartment buildings. Yo, I had an order one time. I want to tell you it was a shipped order. I think I was on ship for a week. And this person had 4 cases of Poland Spring, 3 cases of the Good and Gather water, and then 3 cases of the little, the little baby bottles of water.
Yeah.
And I got to which they didn't live far from Target. They probably lived like a minute from Target. So I was like, oh, this is easy. But then, you get the order, you're already in it. It was already past the time. You got a call to drop. Like I didn't want to go through that. So I did the order. So I'm like, okay, it's not bad. I get to the building. There was no elevator. Like they lived on so in New York, you could have a walk up. I think the cutoff is 6 floors. You can have a walk up. You don't have to have an elevator. I think it's 6 floors. It might be 5, but I really do think it's 6. And you almost died. It was horrible. It's an old building, no air conditioning. There was a guy downstairs and he was like, what floor are you going to? So I told him, he was like, no, they have to come downstairs and help. And I tell you, I knocked on the door. Those people never answered the door. Never answered the door. I had to take breaks. Yo, that was the day when I was like, oh, the shift is not for me then, because I worked so hard.
Wow.
It's crazy. But of course I survived, I lived. But imagine if I was like, if I had something that prevented me from going up all those flights, if I had asthma or something like,
yeah.
And I remember reaching out to Shipt and I was like, listen, this person had all of these cases of water, and they told me there is a 40-pound cutoff. So if you take an order and it's over 40 pounds, you can say to them, you have to place another order because it's too many items. Now, Ship don't tell you that up front.
Wow.
But you can. So that can be taxing on the body, of course. But other than that, for the most part, like I'm good now in Jersey because I'm not delivering to apartment buildings. And if I do, I leave it with the doorman. So, you know.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Got some comments.
New ones?
Christine. I can't call in. I'm still at work.
Oh.
Just sneak in. I did it.
Sneak away. Oh, I'm going to the bathroom. Tracy said yes to the podcast. Yes to a podcast. We can actually turn this into a podcast as we're filming, because that's what like Joe Button does. It's a podcast. We can still watch him on YouTube. So maybe we can do that. I saw this, Nikki. Shift is now doing delivery only from Build-A-Bear. I was like, what? Oh my God.
Earlier.
I don't even know what is a Build-A-Bear. I hope there's none near me at all.
Psychic. T is 30 items or less and under 30 years old, I am guessing. That's why it's not hard on the body. I think for me, because I work in the airline industry, like I literally deal with luggage. And I'm talking about luggage that is like 50 pounds or heavier, sometimes less. So probably because my job is already physically demanding, to me, a case of water, honestly, if I had to go up those stairs, my limit would maybe be 4 flights. But it would I'm not going to say it would be nothing to me, but it would just be like, okay, I did it. Like, because honestly, working at the airport, it works muscles. They told me this. They said you will work muscles that you didn't know you had. And I didn't believe it because at the time I was going to the gym and that didn't matter. I was going to the gym like 5 days a week. And I got to that airport and I'm sore, like I don't know what. So I think that plays a heavy role in it.
Yeah.
What did he say? D said, yo, come get your order. Thanks for the info, dude.
I have a friend, she'll call them and they'll be in a walk up and she'll be like, okay, I'm leaving your order in the lobby. And that's it. Like she's not going up the stairs. Nikki said, I'm very selective. I agree with T. I'm very selective with my orders. Miss you get it.
She said, my husband is listening with me. He asked about the wear and tear on your vehicles. What are your thoughts? Well, my vehicle, because I don't have one anymore. Somebody hit me, but mine was a 2008 HHR, and I didn't really care about wear and tear necessarily because it was an older car, but mine did well. I didn't care about any miles because by the time I got into gig work, I think I probably had 150,000 miles maybe. So
so I have two vehicles. I have a 2007 RAV4, aka Thomas, and I have a 2017 Lexus NX, and I'm mindful of the mileage, which is why I kind of strayed away from Uber rideshare because it was putting too many miles. But as far as like doing Instacart, I'm good because I can control those miles. You know what I mean? With rideshare, you don't know what you're going to get. So I'm going to continue to answer the question, Miss WW. But, Christine was here and then she left. All right, well, back to the question. She was here for a split second and came off. Christine, sign back on or call back if you can. As far as the wear and tear, like I feel like vehicles are meant to be driven. In my opinion, like it's not a classic car, as Gig Life likes to say, that's like in a showroom somewhere. So like the wear and tear, as long as, to me, if you maintain your vehicle, keep up with the maintenance, the oil change, tire rotations, blah, 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 you should be fine. Like, I don't like the money I make outweighs, my concerns with the vehicle, but it's a real question. I think as long as you keep up with your maintenance, then you are good. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
And then get a good mechanic that, is not going to charge your arm and a leg. Can't keep Nikki in a box. Said apartment buildings are a no for me. Okay, she put her channels in there. Let's Gig It or October Scorpio. Those are her 2 channels. Damn, we missed Christine. Christine, call back. All these people calling and leaving, they're not coming back. And we about to get over here, so this is the last chance to call in. Tracy Stevens said, I get people that give me the wrong address and then they want me to bring it to where they are. They won't never get their stuff. The cat litter is horrible, just like the cases of water. But didn't you pick up mulch? Was it you?
Oh my gosh, yes. Girl.
And it wasn't it leaking water?
Girl. I thought, you know what? Look, I thought it was the smaller bags of mulch. I was wondering why I sat there with that promo. So I got to Meyer and I said, I know these ain't the bags. It was the bigger bags of mulch and they wanted 6. And so I had put them all in the cart. It was prepaid, loaded it into my trunk, but the shopping cart was leaking like some moisture. And I guess the bags were wet and I just didn't know it. Like when I picked them up, they probably weren't wet in the way I picked them up. So I don't know if they had like some water sprinkling where they keep the mulch or if it was raining. But yeah, it was. And then to drop it off at the house, it wasn't bad. I got like $26, but I'm just like, this is heavy. It was heavy.
Did you match the efforts that you put out?
Did what?
Did the pay match the effort that you put out?
Honestly, I want to say yes on that order because it ended up being maybe $31 if I'm not mistaken because the customer gave me a $5 tip. It was literally like $2 in quarters and then 3 singles. I'll never forget. And she was older. But it was literally maybe a 5.5 mile drive. And it took me all of half an hour. So, and then I'm like, this is compared to lifting luggage. So to me, it was just, I was out of breath, but it was easy. Yeah.
Sean Matisse said, I'm nervous for my first Instacart order. LOL, is it absolutely required to have the insulated bags? I don't want to say it's absolutely required. I do think that they prompt you to get them, but the insulated bags are going to come in handy for the winter months and for the summer months, because if you have ice cream and it's 100 degrees, you don't want to be milk by the time you get to the customer's house. So it definitely comes in handy. And when I was living, not here in Jersey, but when I was in Brooklyn and had to go into these apartment buildings that had walk-ups, I would put the groceries in the insulated bags and then just like put it over my shoulder and go up. So it made it easier for me. So I would say get the bags. Yeah. I think it helps. And it looks, it just looks presentable. Not that not having it is not presentable, but you know what I mean. So I would say get it. Sagig said, I went to get my oil change in a different car and the guy still knew who I was and pulled up my account. That means you drive too much. Oh, Christina's back. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Christine?
Christine? Christine?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi. I'm sneaking because my boss was in my face. I'm still at work. I don't know what I'm listening to. I could hear T talking,
Oh,
but
I didn't.
I have to hang up, so I gotta go. But I just want to say hi.
Okay.
Thanks so much for having it. All right, bye.
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 I'm about to get her in trouble.
Right.
Don't get fired because of me, y'all. Don't do it.
Miss WW said, my husband said thank you and he enjoyed the show. He said, God bless. Keep up the great work. Thank you both. Thank you. Miss Jackson's Wagwan. What's up, sis?
What does that mean?
Like, what's up? What's happening? Oh. Yeah. Chanu said, plus the bags are a write-off. Exactly. So anything that you get for your side hustle, remember you can write it off. So if it's bags, I say even if it's a portable charger, if it's going to help you with your job, if it's ordinary and necessary, then it's a write-off. That's what my CPA tells me. Chrissy said, yes, I had an order with 40 pounds of cat litter. Yo, the pet section stresses me out. Let me tell you the sections that stress me out in the supermarket and Target, doesn't matter. Pet food or pets in general, the baby food, and Ben & Jerry ice cream.
That's a good one.
Every container looks exactly the same.
Yeah. And every time, it doesn't matter what store, they're never in the aisle they're supposed to be in, like their own little row. They're always scattered because people are looking for.
Right, because they can't find it because it's too confusing. Like, at least with Haagen-Dazs, it's different, but Ben & Jerry is just like. Let's Gigi said, oh my God, Chrissy, we can bond. The cat litter, SMH. Richard said, thank you. A vehicle is meant to be driven. That's right.
That cat litter. I'll never forget. I had to grab that big tub. Girl, they had about, I don't even want to talk about it. What's next?
You're triggered. 20 pounds of cat food out. Chrissy said 20 pounds of cat food. I was over it. So glad she tipped me. Amirio said I had to deliver a 50-pound bag of dog food up a flight of steps. LOL. I was done for the day after. If you get it from Costco, it's even worse. D said it's Haagen-Dazs for me. Let's Gig It said, Dimples, I thought you needed a computer to call in. It was a breeze on my phone. Yeah, you could use your phone. Yes, you can. Okay, so it has been 2 hours and 6 minutes. Did I do one last roll call for the call-in, or that's it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Tiga, we're waiting for you to call in.
She just left a comment. Oh, another comment. I love those insulated bags. Ordinary and necessary, nice. Where can we find a CPA that knows how to write off side gig items and things?
Tiga, I could hook you up with my guy since you're in the Bronx. So he services New York. Amirio said I had to deliver 2 to 3 tubs of cat litter up a flight of stairs too. So I feel you, T.
Yeah. No.
I picked up mulch. Me neither.
It
was older. What was that lady doing all that mulch?
She was actually, when I got there, I was about to put it on the porch and she was like, oh, you could just sit it by the bushes. Her neighbor was actually helping her put the mulch around the bushes. So it was cool. I'm sure it looked nice, but. And then dog food, girl. I don't know if y'all saw the video, but I was talking about this bag of dog food. It's like I had to lift it to put it in the cart. It was 50 pounds. Then I needed to price check it because on the Shipped app, you know, when it's a special request,
Mhm.
I was like, all right, let me price scan it at the price scanner, which didn't work. So I lifted it a second time. So I'm like, all right, let me go to this price scanner further down. That one didn't work.
Why
So
you doing all of that? Why you just ain't use the app?
I don't think I knew about it then. And so then I get to self checkout. First I went to the regular lane. And if anybody knows, Meyer, for some reason, they are just the slowest when it comes to checking you out. So I stood in line and I said, you know what? I'm going to self checkout. I lifted that bag of dog food about 6 times. Because it's like you gotta price scan it at self checkout. Then once you get out of the price scanner, you gotta scan it again. So then I had to load it in my car and then unload it once I get to the person's house. Yeah, $20.
That's how much you got paid?
That was the only item on the order.
That's worth it for one item, yeah.
Yeah, but I was just like, you know what?
Rockfair Culture said December babies, I'm on the 16th. And Tiga said she can't call in until Gig Life done. Okay. All right, so I don't think anybody else is gonna call in. Taz never called back. Charlene never called back. So I think we're gonna end it here. If you guys have any last comments or questions for us, feel free. I'll give it maybe 2 more minutes. And then if you guys want to let us know what's the next topic you want to hit on or touch on, feel free to let us know. Oh, I have announcements. Almost forgot. So hold on. Hold on. You could talk in the meantime while I look if you have anything you want to say.
Christine just posted a comment and it says, what about Chewy for FedEx delivery drivers? I did that and those packages were too heavy. Never heard of it.
Chewy's like I don't want to say it could be a subscription service for pet items.
Dee said good night.
Night. Okay, Dee, before you go and before we go, I wanted to let you guys know that I am doing a giveaway, another giveaway. I've partnered with ADK Consulting Group, and we are holding a giveaway, and you can win a collapsible wagon, which you guys know I talk about all the time because it has saved me so many times, and a $50 gift card of your choice. All you have to do is go to my YouTube channel under the community tab, and you take a survey that's, I want to say it's at most 10 minutes, but it's probably less depending on your speed. And once you take the survey, send me a screenshot. You could either email it to me at dimplesondemand@gmail.com, or you can DM me on Instagram. So those are the 2 ways that you can enter, because I know not everyone has Instagram. And yeah, I'm going to pick the winners of the survey next Gig Talk. So it was supposed to end tonight, but we've extended it. So the last day to enter the giveaway is Thursday, the whatever day that is. Hold on. Thursday, the 17th, 11:59 Eastern time is the last time to enter the giveaway. But why not? Might as well just enter it. You could win, right? That's the point. So yeah, head over to my community tab. You'll see the link there to take the survey. Also, let me just leave the link here. Oh, hold on. I'm going to put the link here for the survey. But remember, you have to take a screenshot of the end of the survey and send it to me, either email or DM, that's how you enter. So just wanted to give that little announcement. And I think that's all I had. Let me just read these last few comments. Denise said, I enjoyed this chat. When is the next chat session? So next week, right? Next week, Sunday at 8 p.m. It's going to be on T's channel next time. And we will have a special guest because I have 2 guests lined up. So I'm not sure which one is coming first, but next week on T's channel will be episode 4 of Gig Talk. Chinu said it's a subscription for pets for Chewy. Sygig said, thank you so much, Dimples, for reaching out to me this week. You are truly awesome. You know, I got your back, Sygig. Thank you. And I hope you feel better. I really do. Amirio said some good topics would be the best materials / gear to invest in for gig work, or how to strategize to make the most money doing gig work. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Let me take a picture of that so I remember it.
I already typed it out.
Ignore the typo. Trust me, I have typos all the time. Don't worry. And Miss WW agreed. So that is it for this episode. Thank you guys for joining us as always. And you have anything else to say?
No, it's been fun.
I like it. I don't know. I really enjoy doing this.
Yes.
Really do.
Yes.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you next week at 8 o'clock on T's channel for episode 4. And again, if you want to win the collapsible wagon and the $50 gift card, head over to my community tab for the link, or I just posted it here in this chat, and send me the screenshot. All right, that's it. We're out. We are out.
Good night.